Okay, mfanto forward sa we be abodom mama do kuna mkoto mbom kedi na abodom so edu egbe car pin bo me fa ha pin me fa ha pon is there aguna abodom ti ya mama ache
the coastal
Busia for ya mamu nyina chi mama kwaba ebra so said Ghana to say ene ho nkomo ebremu na ena no pay said the medi nkan aka ne yekom finfin mantam na ye de ani echiri mu ewo Aguna West mensin mu Aguna Bodom to be precise yebo abodom din a onipa ba ko a no ye Ghana celebrity pa na ne kurom din onfa eni agro eye super odi no fra Aguna Bodom metimi aka say nam ne sokra na mi say abodom din no meti de di nkan abodom ne ye obi wo bunu mamu nkransa abodom so wo ho ena Aguna Bodom wo central region ena de central region Aguna Bodom ena ye ko omanfo da wa bodom esu eche ye nsem twini na ye nana ansa omusu kire no kire se enioma ema setenemu yedie eye kama no abodomfo de abowo mo kra na ohwa enioma obubo so bie eye edwa market ye ma betenemu aton mo neoma akwampa wo mo cars befa so police station ebeboa ama bambo ho nsem agina ne na so enwumesua emu hyehyeye suku adan ne emu neoma table ni nkonwa amofra betena so books a obekenkan ena yare sabia ene neoma ema ubroni se basic amenities ye beboa ma asetenemu akoyie no abodom de omo se Ghana etu mpo ko na nimu yi omo de amanyofo yi wani kura ewo nso amenam so emmoa ema wonwuma entumi nko na nim nti one na nansa etwetwe nkomo no amane a wode ba ye bi ni
Ban so amaye kwan ne maye no ye clinic ye market no so maye market ne de ehia ye nkase gwadufo ye bre so to aye sesa ne maye ekoye ba ye bre papa nti ye sra man se o maye ye market ne maye na abodom so ye ndidwa na abodom fa ne tampen fra ne ye sra ban no ye penga ye ngwe ya bra won ye me nti e hawo ye pa nti ye sre de won ye me kakra ye nkwan so de mala ye first school na din na account ya hawo ye nti ni won ye me won hwe me yen won ye ni me nti me den so ya hia po me den e fa na duru na de won fa be ye fa nyema ye ho ye din ni fa nya kwan franko
Monsieur Abaini say obaba no waboboa yen e wo ye market ni sisi anu sensu to na say ye heavy pa dia ye bre pa to ko se be shua ba hanu mo say ye bre nti ye hye ne to ba be ye market no de amayen e na apomuden ni so ye clinic wonu mu wo like ni ama bebre bu machines bi wo ho ma o mu ni bi na de obi nyem no mo de ne ba wo say ye critical wo say o mo de ne kosuedo ti by the time o mo bedu o mo no na akoye bibia ho no nti e sra ban ni so ba boboa ye ewo machines na nyama ka na
mesra ban ni say market no o mu si no I saw motor as by due to one or two things bin sama nyama akofem ti e be sre ne say on be boa market 2 months because I say no in suit o mo bre say na my sister edi nkan e kan no in suit o sa na e hwe nyama no ma nyama ni to me for esa na the problem ba and health facilities na so I say you need operation cause obi a serious emergency e man critical conditions are almost kosueru by the time e be do so nipa ni to me wu see here machines na there send e be ayentu me fa ka enko other places
na second we say ne wo bi say aban bra na o meboa yen wo toilet ehumidie ewoko mi yegusu aye hu adwuma nanso ni yina no ye ntumi enye ntina ban brem na o meboa yen na sa adwuma di we e na nkan so ne wo post office so wa isi aye ni post office so esi yina ya kwasu edu ansana akopostu ya na asi aji post office number e wo so edu tiano so e ha adwen sa ban bra na ombre man na post office ne clinic hospital anyway market no ombra na omba boy into
bebre.
Abodom say yen tena abodom ache kakra. Abodom mfuntu no aka achiri kakra. Osasa abodom ohwa abodom ha mfuntu bie ne kroyim. Even bank keke kra na odu baby odu sika kwanya bibi kakra. A pese odu sika kotokra bi ni abodom ha. Aje say odu sika fuka akọ aguna bobikuma.
Aketi problem is about no you more population to me call NDC to me call NDC na mpuntu a awa ha no enkoto na economy because market we are ha no here na market na awa more than 150 years yenya mpuntu bia wo market no abanye ke mu best here akodu baby wajai no interest bia any hall more my sa yenya information bia sa enkoso police station ha kra no obi fie and omo high e ba more than 200 years yenya mpuntu bia ya kwan enye clinic ya chupa company bi na wa ha no eno so no de bia obi yare a omo friend to facility bi any ha mo bi age ni pana to aja no na manga sama fa se o yare omo no friend to share do wendu itema me ko omo friend se apa next almost standing big here and question your motor. In your man cost ya kind hospital, market, police station. We are we have no post office one. If I say if you as a baby here is a call CSA. Mark we be here or post away. Boss normally now you was here. In your man go ye. Yenya ohen wa ha no no ake ohen ba ha no ake pa yi because regent nkwan e fian kan yenya ekuru no a na hin ojuko or some that the 11th nti ono Mr. Abano MC for no omo fa bibia mfa no so na nkuntu embra abodom ko na homedie enso nkoye wa ha yegusu hu adwuma pa na enso no bibia no se aban ebem we kra no friends an ye nioma ye na ade ina no ihe excavator ni ade de tubola ni insuo a wa ha me mu na esi skasam ye ntumi ye yankwa ntumi ye excavator ni piloda ase yenya na di tu ye bora yetumi ye di tu nsuo no na nsuo no etumi efuro ye ama enantuma mfrade cause mbi ma fu wo ho ne ade ntisi yetumu a nsuo no bekoten na antuma mfrade anse nkrofo afu nti momboaye mpa pato
Yasem.
Ya ka se farm so. Na entumi enkoyi ema agran abodom. Na agran abodom yi ya say kwinteni nipa more than 16,000. 60 million wa hanam. Nti mo mboaye.
Na wasama woka asem bi mene wo ya adwen pa se abodom kro titi kro nkro bi wo a ba ye nche nso abodom de titi kro pa ne suaduro mu no ene de na ekeka ho meji de se obroni kra ba ye kane na business essential dem move nko ankran no suaduro ho na ho ye ba bia ne gina ne na so pa wa dwadi
Advance wa tumi akoyiska.
I see. Ne we dia abodom aye dikan bedi akire. Ono ofi agro na sine mu ene wate akam. Na MP sa abakro ene MCE CDC sa abakro ne nananom e de asetena na matena ne pobe na mabo a mo bewe se aban de bi ba ne bia mo so mo nam kwasafo dwuma ne to a mo be pae de ama mo ho kwabranto so na mo ye bibi de amakuro no.
Oh, Oba, me de share no crack. On the MC for no DC for mobile hanimina and MPs, no. On the Omaje, I have flew to me from him. Adiama DC ne assembly man near there. And for the next year.
I see.
Farmers now, my boy.
Nana yehwe ngumesuansa na meja umu ama wakoto ade wo yeso be sima ba ko ne fa bi ngumesuansam te sen teacher for ye do mo posu ba abodom mo tena anaso so ba obere say the situation ne ti a na okọ mofra ne kotro nso hwe aya na omo rate omo de pass ne so eye na enu ma te sen wadaroma
Edeshe adisia wo abodom ha no de enkoye because enioma bebre hormo a school for no elake enkoye kra was enioma teachers omo post to omo eba ha mbi mo ya de na bebre mbi no so de yensanom
I see
especially mbe no mbi mo de yensanom to ko school ho kra so kosa omo a bon say teacher be say minu miansa enne wo ho no nti wo ka say bia omo kwa assembly no akwohwe omo say bia omo corporation esen kra school fo kra mo assembly no obi kra na ba bi so first nso omo kra omo bo say wo ba assembly yenya ba assembly wo classroom go dimeka no ba assembly aso wo ne sa bi omo yi aba free school no amoma school no nkoyi enye papa nti ehu eni adisuanum first no ye mental dictation ye tumi start ya adwen wo no mebi ho no wo school no enye sa bi well na continuation ne inside juma yesua wo school ni na sisi ani ni ho ye ni pay na na obeye offense obesua book obi sin de ya adisua ya inside juma this inside juma ni sa na continuation no mo ye free school mu no enkoye library ni ho abagase ni pan konkosia onkoye library no onkosia de ho bibia ni ho sa so mo mbwa ye ntini ya de farmers no this ya so akwanya modi ama mi so no mesre na media akasa chabro nko nwa akwantum katra se kwan bebe mu ama me pamocho bebre ye bobo akwan ye we ya lanche akwambo no temisɛ abɔdɔmfo wa kwantum nyinaa sɛ na osam da de the 11th ɛne ɔhema yɛnya akoa the 6th asisi ɔmo abɛsi akonwa so ɔmo akoma pa ɔdɔ na ɔmo wɔ ntoto papa de magran abɔdɔm nti no ɔmo mbra efie na ɔmo mbeyi bi mboa ekuru no ne yɛntumi ntiti kuro na ekuru no ɔnkɔ n'anim ɛnkyɛn ne ɛyɛ wɔ mu sisi yi ne krono ya ne ye de ye ntumi angofo bi ko enfa ye yeku Untumi nkɔtra akra sɛ hɔ yɛ wo kuro. Yɛde bɛbrɛ mo dodo. Mo ayɛ adeɛ.
Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the number one. Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the number one. Oyerepa TV. TV. Oyerepa TV. The station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV. The number one. Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV. The station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV. The number one. Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV. The station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV. The number one. Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV.
This week inti ya ne omba bedi nkomo ne ahwe se nyoma ben no mudi gu akwan mu na ambulance for krampo sebi mfaso ben society no anaso community no so enya ana oman no mpo enya ewo omoso kojak farmer eno aso yasene na ebirpemu no de omu dwetande ho deru anaso omu dwetande ho edin ebetu edwa medi de na nama information mu de ama PSC ladi na no pay yani SAEMT Samuel Jima Boating ewo ha oye director Akua Municipal Ambulance Station Sanso ana oye in charge ewo Sontreso Government Hospital Ambulance Station ena yasan ewo Abdul Ganiu Mansurat oye PRO Emma Ashanti Regional PRO Emma National Ambulance Station and our science so air director Offenso Municipal Ambulance Station. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Now, where there? Master ye boko there. Yeah, the coupon I say. My mention say our Mansrat so. You say ladies first, Anna. Yeah, can say. Emergency medical service week and as a service day then I'm here just simple.
Okay, thank you very much. Pastor, the come person me penning for answer. I'd want to greet the affable CEO of National Ambulance Service, Professor Ahmed Noor Zakaria, and I'm the Deputy Director, PR, Mr. Simon Yusuf Kira, and I regional administrative manager, Principal Advanced EMT Somik Dutz Milon, and I regional coordinating director, Dr. Dominica Warrior, any EMTs Omuo, Ashanti region, any Ghana as at large, and then Ubibia Oshe and Neanope. So I can't say EMS Day, that is Emergency Medical Service Day, a celebration be a din every year. Now this year, you know, we started yesterday, which is 18th. You best celebrate here up to the 24th, which is on Friday in Yameya Aduma. And our EMS celebration, enye ademono, is not a new thing. A idea dated back to the 1970s. It started here with USC in 1974 to be precise. That time the president, that is Gerald Ford, and the authorization for the observation of this important week. It was all for us to recognize and appreciate the vital roles that EMS professional or play. So you can't say EMS professionals. We are talking about emergency medical technicians, emergency medical technologists, paramedics, firefighters. Or we in account on EMS professionals. No, and so we want to celebrate the very important role no play in saving and preserving people's life. At times, at the expense of their own life, we go all out, and also to create awareness, let people understand what we do as emergency medical service. Although Estati or USA later, when other countries almost establish a more formal EMS system, no, they realize that it's a nice thing, and our people are doing well. Why don't you also incorporate it? And I yes, yafa atu yeso, yes, celebrity for the whole week to appreciate our people, to recognize the significant role we play in preserving and then saving people's life whenever there is an emergency. So that is what the EMS week is all about, recognizing and appreciating our people.
Sorry? More challenges be some more discharging of duties and I say more dimujuma as ambulance service personnel. More challenges be
Oh, in fact, your challenges be na me can for be me and Sabi. You should from dispatch department now. We say you do median your chichemu be your mom or dispatch or your operations, your mom or secretariat and the management at the top level. Now, one of the greatest challenges is facing and a prime course you receive. You see, your numbers not they are boldly inscripted on the ambulance. 112 here where be after 112. Seminole can say, "Okay, dispatch center." Say a man for free and some more free. Obo amson unhiam where be a obitim free say or free say ya be adwuma. Obo unhiam ambulance and so or free. Keke aha ene one channel butimi frɛ sɛ o asemasi obe ye be dispatch ambulance ye be tu ehia na kodu ba bi kro no mo ka no obe kwani bia kwani ho bibia nsi o so na media go hwɛ mo be ba ampa yes enti these are challenges and I feel so other road users we say ehia na didi dwuma no ekwan nye nkwan ye dia other road users so ho bi it's unfortunate that some road users do not respect the siren obu a wate siren ni pa so say be obe makwan akran ambulance abetwam no makwan na de ye hwehwemu amia hu say ye memu hanom no nipa rebe na ehu ensusie da ambulance and hearse nintem enti obi nim say hearse ye de fa say bibia wa free but ya twegu hu ambulance enti hu ambulance nim say de hearse na ya twe ambulance ye de fa obi wa free ne sa na ambulance so ye de fa ayarefo na epirafo no ye so de fa obi wa free ti say impo ambulance no krampo e ba so makwan no nim say nipa no wa free ti I didn't say makwan ma besen ko enti other road users challenge so edema one major challenge say yes also I mean sometimes the road network na they kind of fast no it affects the response time you see temem for nti as say wo hia e hyen na brand wo hia na better say it is engaged somewhere nti by the time I be our own friend na yemra me do hono no sometimes it affect your baby response time senka offer ya emra was a memfa me do hono no sometimes it lengthens and the reason being so is the road network na aka no enam so any other road just said the mechanic and I thought also even referring facilities now oboma you see as part of your mandate no we also do inter-hospital transfers so oboma maybe a facility A here say be fa ne yarefo na ne prafo e de no facility B but sa enkita ho e was a course between facility A facility B no e to na emba and I say ewie people yet omunim say ye frɛ why was say oba yes protocol ne say was yes make sure say okay sa komodie no akoso it say me ba be fa nipa na nya ade me ho kwa akɔkyere me and to the other facilities no they will not have it easy with us cry omunya botre cry say adna ye frɛ wo number nti buama ye be frɛ say did that ye frɛ one by did that ye frɛ one by one other issue so I mean say nya dia people be kan waso na say ye kan waso private ambulances na was system no we say timem before the ambulance be ambulance onim say ye national ambulance and as enya national ambulance na to da ba bia me wo no ubeti abuso bi afre ana ye say ambulance aba ebuo bi a wo gime atwamene bo Ghana so ubekum no na private enti no say ye challenge kakra set timem before beti Ghana national ambulance de no any private ambulance there na to da onye nhwemu say enya Ghana national ambulance service no o ma say di no kra ako enti these are some of the challenges you face in discharging your duties as Ghana national
mo ambulance ahodo a mo use anasa ambulance e wo system ni mu no enough mamo because dia okike na asese ebi wo ho e do so a enka ye fra monfo frank mbenya no wano na ekudi dwuma na mom but as e so anti ekwa ha o say twen na ekofa de ko ne ba na osan ebefo bi mo ambulance e wo no mo do so
in fact in for say epokron so togum so me de minya ya aka ibenya bebre eno so nche se de wo ho no enye eye chen kane no ye firi bebi na abedu bebi me so say Abdul ebeka bebre about ye firi bebi abedu ni de eye chen enra but him say eye erade pair na abro yi puma kwama ibe abeka ho ti ye nya bebre ka ho a ebeboa ye ye ene beboa pa
Masrat mo sha se mudi EMS week and as EMS day all kind of safety kwa me nkroma na hakun eje apes tete pa
me fashion
what are some of the achievements and as nyoma motumi achieve
okay say o share baby a national ambulance services start free any baby I beju sisiano e be can say like we really like come for a very far place and although we are not at where we want to get to yet but me sure say we are on the way and Sibia nyamiadum any if anything mumpai bonzi beju ho o say me I want to talk about like the nam suma national EMS no crampo ebe started wo Ghana crampo and sana matwaso.
Okay.
Meaning say Kai said that during the May 9th disaster, the unfortunate incident May 9th disaster that was in 2001. Ebra Santi Kotoko Omobobo no stampede esi. Unfortunately, there's a NEPA 126 and we at that time, and then over 200 people were injured. And say that the president at that time, that is John Ajekum for SAT up a technical committee, so like DNA nam suma that unfortunate incidents in ACA. And see, they realized that a lot of people they move from a condition known as compressive asphyxia and say people were able to have access to first aid treatment from the ambulance units, and a lot of them they could have survived. Exactly. And see, part of their recommendation, and they say whenever we are having a mass gathering, there should be an ambulance on the standby. We are not praying or hoping that something is going to happen, but whenever there is an unfortunate incident like that, we can quickly come in, salvage the situation, and then be able to save a lot of lives. In so more recommendation in 2004, that's 3 years after the unfortunate situation, NIA established a National Ambulance Service. So National Ambulance Service is an agency under the Ministry of Health, and then we are charged with the mandate to provide pre-hospital emergency care to the sick and injured and transport them to an appropriate facility for definitive care. We are heavy on the appropriate facility because any facility be appropriate. So we are heavy on the appropriate facility. And so yes, we started with a pilot phase. We started with only 7 ambulance stations, 7 ambulances, and then 64 personnel. Kakra okay 7 no we went to 19 and I called 24. In 2012 we were having around 132 ambulance stations. In Yamiadum by 2020 we were able to double our numbers. Now we have a total of 297 ambulance stations in Ghana, and our staff strength and so across we are talking about over 3,400 EMTs, like well-trained, like skilled EMTs are provided pre-hospital emergency care. We also have 16 dispatch centers. CCI Ghana, Oko region, Bia, your dispatch center, or say, emergency, you call, no, my ambulance, baby, free, and then they dispatch you. And now, yesterday, and so now your parasite, your sister stations, sister services for our training. But right now we have our own paramedic and emergency care training school in King, so I training and for. Although like to say the menu kind, there have been challenges, it hasn't been easy, but looking at the stride now it's me achieving, we've really gone far, and I'm sure say with time we are also going to go beyond that. So far those are the basic achievements, serious achievements. They are not basic actually. Their major achievements are achieved as a service. Okay. And Mugusa Mudia wiki baby a wiki we so we for this year's celebration we want to intensify our awareness, like we want to educate people about what we do. We are going to schools, we are going to other stations to educate people, let them understand, okay, this is what we do at National Ambulance Service, and these are the service I may render, so you just need to call on us. And then my brother was talking about the prank calls. A serious problem I face as at the time now, why I line now, friend, maybe somebody and your serious help, baby, but you've hijacked the line, and then the person that really needs the service, you are depriving of that the person. And see, we are begging people, if you know you don't really need the help of the National Ambulance Service, don't call the line.
Okay, we'll share say we'll fire who's our con so drop it.
They'll call and then give
money pick you quite
me free. Now wama your 2 car at the abana say or CBNC. Now my friends are back.
Okay. Some may call last words day.
Alright, before me come my last words, me person can be big for achievements.
Okay.
Is it one of the greatest achievements? Many are by or your assembly union manita come say the next 10 nights to creation is saving life. Idea about quite fair apart from so all body as a wagenkwa. In fact, to all the EMTs out there, because na kopon shama yuko enye better say ye de enkwa eto ho say ye gia for enkwa. So that is the greatest achievement I mean who say National Ambulance Service here. Now my last words I say ye best ahwefo atifo any will be our tea and can say you see said the mini about the kind ye per se amount for ehunu dwumadi National Ambulance Service yedi said the Oyerepa for mo be mo pona maya ebrebe timba hanomo no ye best ankra ndwumaku schools sorry to the market centers bus terminals omoto mo san frɛn ye betimi no ma ba be kasa ye ba be church mo se de dwumadi city de bia me kasa to da obi kura pura ana kwanhyiasia ekwan ye fa so ye handle omo no eno kura ku san nipa no kura ansa nipa no kobi wa wu nti ye best so omo ma ya kwanya omo to mo san frɛn ebo ma ye kɔ omo na so bi ma ya kwanya de ba ye bekɔ so asere se omo to omo san frɛn me kasa omo to omo san frɛn a enye se bia omo ba de regional directorate no kwa nyame adom constituency be our ambulance station, so you can walk to your constituency ambulance station on mobetimi akọ mo na so ato mo nkra so mo mbra no mo mbra cheche ye de ani je baba be sade no
e wusa for ye dem ase papa se mobile SAEMT Jimaboatin Samuel or director Asukwa Municipal Ambulance Station Sanso and our in charge Suntreso Government Hospital Ambulance Station Sanso and Abdul Ganiu Mansurat or also so a Ashanti Regional PRO Ghana National Ambulance Service and as a station or Sanso and or director of Fenso Municipal Ambulance Station. Lady and gentlemen, the massive papa set mobile. It was not your call. Na mom fast that Emma Kojak Farmer say or cover poco daba and as on kwa and a ton code the drop papa. So we move so now when you pepun and akata or far a bit to me abua Sanso so on a Kojak charcoal toothpaste and also a bit to me abuama was saying I day. Na wo se ho aye fita na agwenum so enkampa efrimu abasanso na o Kojak sensitive toothpaste en Kojak mouthwash a would do toothpaste ni twitwu sin wi na wo the mouthwash no so awo hu wonum eboa ma wonum eye hwam na wo se so aye fita frɛ omo ewo 0531 069945 ana se 0531 070020 na Kojak enje wo so na fe wo pe omundu pa ne bi anase omu toothpaste papa ne bi nso so ato omo nso so ebetumi ayewo emwa mama fa happy birthday Emma Abigail Ofori. Happy birthday to you, Abigail Ofori. We are brigade officer and I was signed so a chorister. Our Bethel Methodist Church. Eja. Abi happy birthday to you. Adeba kwa me had ma when I say me fepa or when it's Abi. Utumi sha he ofiti anopa edikosi anadwo a wo mbrem se wunya kranka. High he will no be share ede ada. Nti meba on chen na ma babaji tutorials. Nti Abi agosua nakopo nshraw na onti nanim show ebusua. Ejina so na the health and lifestyle anope ye de ba wakwemu no esi PSA and I say Kwesi Parker Wilson e de OBT
You were just there and they brought it.
Yes.
So it's not as if you needed and you made a requisition.
So they looked at the number of series that
Who looked? I'm saying, did you make a requisition?
No, please.
So you were just there and they dumped it on you. And you obviously don't have need for it this year.
No.
You don't have need for it this year, do you?
No.
You don't have need for it?
No.
So this thing should be here.
The year is over.
Yeah, they'll be here till next season.
The year is over. In terms of your season and all that, it's already over.
What kind of nonsense is this?
The committee report you gave that time, you have done over 90% already.
Yes.
So it's over.
Yes. Because when you did that report, you said you had done 90%.
Yes.
So why would they bring all these things here? Why do you import all these things? We're just importing things that we didn't need. And you come and dump these things here.
Right, for Yama Obi Akua BM at about Oyerepa TV so. But you do your OBT agenda. That's Oyerepa breakfast time agenda. Na and pay a very sensitive conversation and Yababe have and now pay. Also my cousin say you be your withdraw. Nkakra na ye kwanim say no be man Ghana betimi etumpon. Now even before I start this, let me say that Uko Facebook or your live on Facebook, like your page of our comment go home. Mechanic na the amount and the auto pay. Sana say be phone lines now or join the conversation, most especially a cocoa farmers and they be cocoa farmers won't come on. Now my main call a confanochi. I'll pay quickly. Confanochi. I'll pay the director of HR, your friend Mr. Anthony Kofi Drew. Director, allegations about say, Oma form Jumano. What did you call me? Menya petitioning in a Confanochi, a hospital, teaching hospital. Kuma say the friend G. Say, him a year director of HR, a year Mr. Anthony Kofi Drew. That's why say, we information I'm in Saka. In the subsequent days, but all the flavor about Tuga. Because the concerns are that you've been suspended. You're suspended. And what I saw with them, I'm not finding why you are still there. And the allegations are that my former Juman would just come take the money and say what show my application no. It's an pedia. Wow, name a year director HR, a work of Anochi Teaching Hospital, Mr. Anthony Kofi Drew. Kacha said this week, and the Fulani in Eba. It's here. I'll get to him. I need him come on, but Mama will come on. Now, maintain maybe a say. Now, you have a full number. Mozart that are doing a year that are gone CEO. My friend, a year never basis here, Park with Bedu. My friend, na ne hobi anso no e dia mam mo a mo really concerns na ma family nyina no you can be assured say e be ye ho adwuma e dia mam right here on the show bidin at the Kwesi park was na no pay say na me kan no e be di cocoa wase Ghana cocoa no just be say Ghana I mean the cocoa sector, the cocoa is the backbone of the Ghana economy and all of that as a cocoa sector na economy ni ade but this is no cocoa no problems here but monfa graphics into Swami. We share the current situation now from 2021. Ghana, cocoa of course since Kwame Nkrumah time cocoa no do this cocoa no kwana cost but we share from 2021 now. Your cocoa production levels no about from 2021, about from you just don't know why or what's happening. It's ban a from. In fact, we share the year 2021. That was the highest we got, 2.8 billion from a year your cocoa sector. No, we share the current situation now. Now from 2021, no, you see a sharp drop. Ban a from. Between that time, just last year alone. It was about 25.4% drop. Cocoa, and then you be sure the struggling cocoa sector what can be done. There's a new CEO, there's a new administration. When we said the finance minister, no, Friday, he's inaugurated a board. I'm also the cocoa sector. No, it's in your again. We share a year chatting the even tons of your producer. No, can't from why? What's happening? The in recent past, a year 2020, 2021 crop season, no, a little over 1 million of tons, and they produce here. And I drop it, sir, to last year, 2023 crop season, no, 2024 crop season, no, I pay 500,000. So there's been a drop. It's then they see. Ebi de share galamsey, ebi de share smuggling. Into the den and penny for my bay, betting and most especially cocoa farmers. Then almost so because I have heard say now there's going to be a policy where you have more cocoa farmers and ton on cocoa farms, and farmer a year illegal miners, and also make galamsey, because now gradually that's where we are gravitating towards to cocoa areas now. So the cocoa farms they be used for 20, 30, 40 years in Inano. You turn them a galamsey for. I am told, but of course, I'm paying for say, farmers, the they won't do those things. Now, affect our production. If you look at what I've shown you this morning now, it tells you, say, the production levels, form. And I don't pay, we'll seek some answers because in Yeska, sit now who they know age in a kaka. A bit year. Cocoa no be timi aboa enya gold nin kwa cocoa no be timi aboa in terms of forex no I be timi nya sika dollars ya for ton cocoa na nya more dollars e da ba system dem na amasid na ho de so etimi gina enti ena no pay busafo I have with me the head of public affairs cocoa but my very own good friend Jerome K. Sam or why not pay to help us understand yes within the cocoa sector and almost so obey what they will be doing or what they are doing to ensure, say, 500,000 a coming last year. This crop season will be the target. They will quit him and I will quit chi. Jerome, and I don't pay. Jerome, Aquaba. Now, you have a cordia. Yes, so you're your pa. Me who na check.
Oh, yes.
Now, remember, congratulations too on your appointment. I bomb pie say, Ube Yejumano. Now, I bought cocoa farmers, now bought Ghana money. And one don't know. Last Friday, we had inauguration, right?
Yeah.
We bought chairman at the day. Who is the board chairman? Photo. Sami Photo. Dr. Samuel Ofusu Ampofu. Okay. Who are the other members of the board?
We have the Honorable Finance Minister.
Okay.
Our board must be the Governor, Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
Also our board must be. Yeah, well, the Deputy Minister for Agri, Honorable Samson.
Okay.
And so our board also part of the board and a rep, a Texan, the one guy called Texan, also rep, Emma, the staff, and also account. But specifically, I want to give you the names of the members. So, Dr. Samufu Sampofu, being the chairman, Honorable Dr. Kisa Tufos, the finance minister, Dr. Johnson Esiama, the governor, we have Dr. Ransford, Anate Abbey, the chief executive, Honorable Alhassan Kobna Ganza.
Oh, Ganza.
Yeah, the MP and also governor nominee.
Yeah.
We also have Honorable Vincent Opon Asamoah.
Okay, Opon Asamoah.
The MP and government nominee. Honorable Samson Ahi, Deputy Minister of Trade. Honorable John Seto
Dumelo, a great minister, deputy agric minister.
And we also have Alhaji Ahassan Bukai, farmers representative. And then we also have Nana Chato, who's a farmers rep. And then Eric Texan.
Board number setting. Okay. You said the cocoa board is now full shape.
Yes.
I'll meet me Ayabojuma. Okay. Let's address these few issues. Now, for you call the main ones in them. Nansinya, when we say now we see you, everybody concerns about some missing containers. Is that a problem there? Yeah, project man. Right.
Because the cocoa board, a lot of importations because the Ejimana omoye no here a certain imports. For instance, a bit says a jute sacks crop importing jute sacks from India. So I'm also a part of the import na a bit they say agrochemicals and stuff. And also so when we came, we didn't find out that cocoa board there was some containers above a port and it needs to be cleared. Okay. But quite unfortunately, it is on paper. Say we have XYZ number of containers to be cleared. But as to say containers nankasa physically our port or no, we don't know where the containers are. So yeah.
Handing over notes, no.
Yeah.
Say
yeah.
More containers or port or some clear.
Yeah.
Containers you were saying.
Yes. So when we came, we met about almost 200 containers.
200 containers. And then they were handing over notes.
Yeah.
More port to verify, you know. Now, then they were.
Okay. So when we went to the port, what do you see? And I said, there be who paper mono. Who expect to say, ABA port or no, who be who those containers. Right. But of course, when checks were made, not containers, they are not finding the containers.
Not containers in the port.
They are not finding the containers.
Containers not here from port.
So what is even contained? And I need a woman crampo. So of course, we know who are there. So I say, it's a chief executive, and they say, okay, maybe mandate I the mommy, and it's a Oshe Cocoa Board, a year Emrana, and that is the PNC law 81. There were certain functions and also objectives. Maybe objectives is a measure say a cocoa industry no, any cocoa creating no be day. A beton. Now, your other agencies are almost responsible. Say EBA new maybe ankosuye any government parastatal, which in this case Cocoa Board account. You write to them, you collaborate with them. Say the buyer investigations will do what will go on. So subsequently, chief executive has written to them and collaborating with the respective agencies. Said the buyer, are there a war handing over note in mono? Okay, you beat me dear children say, and pass I do a day, a war, and I say be any day in your Abia a search and I was a ye, and as someone more say be a coha, and as I day aqua, and until say be as I did not corner. Untimink as a beer or simisi and answer or benting. That is why always you use a allege. Yeah. So what I say, until say investigations have been conducted.
It's more conducting investigations.
So investigations
into the missing containers. Yes. About 200 of them.
Yes. So and yes, I see the nano keke. Actions are being taken, and I say, and among
handing over note and unspecified importation. Are there more imported by?
Yeah. So make Kaipa say when this issue came out. Me Ankasa from my office. I think I wrote to a procurement. I wrote to procurement to furnish me with further information in relation to a procurement from a certain date. And me assure say I'm about Kumasinti about me kwa. I'm sure I'll find it a medex so.
I see. Yeah. So far, what we know is that about 200 containers are Cocoa Board, the period administration are imported by, our port. We are not seeing it at the port. CEO no raise concern according to PR, the head of public relations, and Jerome K. Samono, a investigation to establish maybe a containers no a war. Could it be said containers no? On my import cry, and I say, I mean, a buyer and a young.
And so far, say be a contained in the handing over note today. Certainly, you assume say be a
they
import.
Okay.
So we need to get custody of it. So that's.
No, say more clear. What's the procedure? Say more than some can I said there are other. You can get a private firm be no a claim man. I say one am ko clear money. How's it done?
Say when clearing is being done, say a the agency now or import no amount your agent who is doing the shipment money the moments are Uber receive the bill of lading then what it means then they say sir agent no why then we in a juma into we in a juma it is now
Cocoa Board
and I say the entity now who procure the service of nipa kro no what said they say
clear into one am clear money into one am clear money into like a clear ebebu say clear money okay it's we'll find out what I say a buyer and na obi afa and I say a makra but monies were paid right yeah but some monies were paid it's almost and I feel a chase scan
oh they say anything America just say you see imports like this when agents representing the bill of lading at the mawa per the contract nipa na e day ewie ejuma in which amount bia na involved
utie
also ye day utia nipa kro ne day eka for instance a bit say who imported jute sack and na ye ka say previous administration as at the last importation they made we are talking about in essence about $48 million. So in this instance,
$48 million.
Yes. So in this instance,
but is that what you need? $48 million, for how many juice sacks and more labor?
Well, for juice sacks, the one that they imported were around 75,000.
75,000 juice sacks.
Yes, 75,000 bags.
Bags.
Yes, 75,000 bill.
So
every bill be 300.
Every baby will 300.
Yes, so 300 bags or 300 sacks.
In the 300 bags.
Or 300. So you do the multiplication.
Okay.
As against the number of bills are
here. The number of bills in the 75,000.
Yeah, so the number of bills in the
75,000. Yes, and the cost is saying 48 million.
Yes.
I see. Is there no another number?
Oh, we have some. Aba.
Okay.
Ebi oha quantities na ya cry you taking custody of some. Ebi oho it is yet to what? It is yet to be issued and as a received.
Okay.
So if I give you ebia even the specifics now, say Oshe in respect of a jute sacks, for instance, as at 2022, 2023, but even before that time, we had in stock of about 94,615,000.
That will order that.
Yeah, will be
okay.
And then the 2022, 2023 year import under the previous administration imported 75,000 bills. 75,000 bills, and the quantity that we received was 74,023 bill.
Okay.
So which means yet to be received was 977.
Okay.
A year bills. So 2022, 2023, 24, another 75,000, and also more import here. And we took custody, and as a quantity received was 17,289. You come to 2024, 2025. That is the season, yeah.
Season every woman.
No, near you womb CC.
You womb CC.
Yes. Season now you womb CC.
So 2024,
2025. Okay. Near omo ekra 56,250. Near you receive here was 546.
So there is always a backlog. Like there was always a new.
Yes, a but
yes, I credit the camera.
Yes, I credit. And the interesting aspect in NSA. So the one that we are. So,
no, I want to understand. I want to understand.
Yeah.
Just Saxon.
Yeah.
But me quickly. You call 2022, 2024.
Okay.
What is that? I mean, imported
2022, 2023.
No, 2023, 2024.
So 2023, 24, 75,000.
More imported 75,000.
Yes, 75,000. Okay. And the quantity we received was 17,289.
17,000.
Yeah.
So that is about.
So the one
50 maybe.
So 57,711.
It didn't say 57,000.
You receive it.
More receive it.
Yes.
The 57,000 more receive it.
Yes.
You remember 2024, 2025 copies.
Yes.
What's about sign Kribiaba?
No. So I don't put you me. So the season we are in now is a 24.
Exactly.
25.
And also sign Kribiaba.
Into I don't put that it is in the system. But when you do, baby, baby, sa question nankasa. So the 2024, you cry 56,000. 56,000.
56,000.
56,250. Okay. And then the 2025, 26, which is the season I feel like baby, you know. Yes. So an importation of 80,000. That's what 80,000.
80,000.
Yes, 80,000 bill.
Okay, 56,000 send a buy.
So the 56,250, 546.
Mosaka 500.
Yes.
Okay.
No, so Yensaka we quantity received 546.
Okay, so maybe 546, maybe. So 546 and already most sign war. 57,000 not and kind.
Yes, now you 57,711.
I'm kind.
Yes, are yet to be received.
And I'm moko craft 56,000 by.
Yeah.
And then we move 546.
Yeah.
And
also so that means announced about 55,704 is yet to be received.
Exactly. Is yet to be received.
Yeah.
And season
yeah.
Mako cra 80,000.
Yeah, so the previous administration, ekra 80,000. Ntina oye papa. So it's as though oye new administration papa.
So what was the then Abuja said the cra sax?
You see, on say jute sack ne de. Oye den obe cra jute sack. Said the bear with the beans in the bed day. Ebegum.
Right.
That's fine. So now no say obeya you forecast because you were a research for so research for now they will come and say okay yeah forecast now we possibly will be doing maybe 600,000 tons of a cocoa. So if 600,000 tons are arithmetically no obe multiply it be 600,000 tons by 16 because you perceive who the number of bags are you be then you binya. So what I said, the number of bags be issue. And interestingly, bill bakubia no so no. You get 300 then bags. So what I say. So for instance, say okra 75,000 bill la. Okay, okra 75,000 bill, then you multiply that by 300. It will be ubenya about 22.5 million.
Amazing.
So what I say.
Yeah.
About 22.5 million bags. Of jute sacks.
Okay.
So if about 22.5 million bags, now we are doing 600,000 tons by 16. We are talking about 9.6 million bags.
Okay.
So even with that, say you make it a margin 2% margin. Say be a bit day. A bit say due to the weather condition and then the salty nature of issue or economic that problem between Abba. So let's even take away the 2% of ABR, the 75,000 now. You be making even still no won't say be brave then
exactly the point I'm making.
Yes, the next season
I'll be to you so without necessarily important.
Yes, so the next season
so that's the point I'm making.
Yes, now be that
because last 2 seasons
yes, so
57,000
we even started with 94,000 bills we even started at that 94,000 could have done about 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
So
still now you went on ahead to still import.
Yes, the previous administration went ahead
to import.
Omoko import.
Wow.
As to the motivation,
you don't know.
I don't know because many investigations na bed and na a betche. What I say? Investigations na
you know 2025 26 no. Yeah, importing 80,000. Oma importing 80,000. Muntimi nyin free ho. Muntimi twem. Because your site may go.
But here is the case nipa na ye importation. Or the clause be aba say irrevocable.
Utwem enye yi.
Utwem a enye yi.
Wow.
So what I say?
Utwem
a enye yi. So sika bia heti koko board account e was on mode dey. Omnutua be. And that is the problem.
Hey, Joseph why you do no ACO?
I don't know ACO.
John yes ade.
So no you bound then as at that time.
Amazing. Okay.
And some issue we chief executive raise here nyende. You call rounds in over 1 month. And there's no single individual from the previous administration na wababeka say bia opinion ni awoken entisa and I say bia you are misleading the public and I say bia boapaye bi
Nobody. You said there was clear mismanagement at the Cocoa Board and under the previous administration. And I just say, boy, need to pay what you are telling us.
Not pay what I'm saying. You see,
Cocoa Board for farmers in Sika.
Minia, as we speak, I'm so ECG if you are. Cocoa Board is the next entity or Deca. Power Ghana, almost about 33 billion.
33 billion.
Almost about 33 billion. We have about 32.5 billion. Heading to 33 billion.
Wow.
So what I say? 33 billion. Yet home. Yet a car. And so a car way. There's no single individual over the previous administration or because any day. And you no cray. And that is or how that doctor runs for that be swa. And also a day or swano. But what I say? That is ne how Kesia and a pay any debiano. And that is why I was so a day. Also.
Ama, but so wait now. You interested in ya? Joseph Oyerepa. Why? Now, because asama Jerome Kende, Nintia said yen na kakra. Say you was such to be go. I bet him cry take about 3 seasons. Yeah. Now under Joseph Oyerepa watch no. We're still importing more sacks.
Yes.
Make up bottom now. You do cocoa no yes. Bottom. Bottom but chama farmers and some tomom.
No, so bottom the bar. Then they will give you to the LBCs.
Okay.
The license buying companies. But just what I say because omo no dey omuya farmer ne dey say be careful ono na yi na egu apaso wa hata manaye na ye be kari.
Okay.
Nti okone ye kari wi a na nipa no ye de ne dwete mana na into LBCs no.
Okay.
And no mobile bag ni na then they will transport it to ABR warehouse, the designated warehouse now. Okay. Was say ye dey come.
I see. Okay. Mate. That's the information there for you this morning. My member said we could have a cocoa issues and we na member president and bring quickly. Now as we say so boss or nama not the wheelchair or the swivel chair and nam call places na dia. I mean clearly who can abuse say a man for be abusing Jewish Saxon. Boss so abuse the same authority. They Akua Asiedua the court tapani beche. I mean how?
So we see and make I pass what say no. Now, I'm saying this news broke. Come I call Western North, Western South. Enti yakoba na yete enti yakọ bono and a half Ashanti and then bono. Because I say you do ye na yakọ no. Ena ofre me ka che me say na nekunya na ye di fi akra bae no. Ekunya na wahimfa. You understand? Because na ekunya na wahimfa. Na ye di be yesterday. But I gave a response to say and now Ebimoka say I've taken a swipe or jab on the former president. Look, Papa Tie Kriani, okay, and Cocoa Board was largely because of a year for. Inti no be sound say sebeka from paying for them. Would it make sense? Say me ba Kriani na wama Cocoa Board aye Cocoa Board no. Na me ba no me kon ho e wo afuom no. Me de akunya ko e kire say ono no mpo no to start with no on sem fatampo say me dey me ba no ho. Inti say me ba no ho a na kunya mpo betena so no. Enye bi na wo say betena so. Sebeka for what who in his rightful sense will do that?
Okay.
But just what I say. Because nipa na wo ko no ho no. Ono no how na wo mu no. Obeboa wa ye dey. Eyi we free mu. Na wo ko no. Na wo de wakunya ko. Wo ka kire ne say wo no. Che say
but not take piano.
Of course. Only say Ghana for. Me kai pan say me ko ekrabia say stresu timpum. Ahaya. Me ko ye no. Me ko sra sebeka fo mpemfo nchan. Obi abeka say bia omuni bi. Na me dru ho no. Che say ahohoya oyeye no. Wakofa ne cap mpa onno ma no da. E no de ye den, o de breme. Aduane a ode ma me no wa mo makoto sardine. Me nyini se sardine no, ono ankasa mpo aye den. Edibi. But wakwa akoto de ye den. E ma me se menye den. Minni. Eno na kire ye ahohoye na Ghana for ye den yete. Na nyame adom ene Pentecost ene nsole ahweta wo ba bia. Enti no fa ha sole no fa so. Ye du koko nimuno
na ye himfa na ye him
na eya Atronsu Bekwai Koko district in the western north where my region so I know until you do hono not omo akofa nkunya bre say yenye dem say yentena so as baby akunya ni fi say fi obi anya dem enim
anye ono ana kunya de fi akra ba
never
the Pentecost for kunya no tena so
any of the churches. It could be any of the churches.
Any of the church, but then in Akunya.
No.
I'm
telling you, say Koko Bonan who say Kunya no ha. Say Meka say me resign poa. Not just say ye, but say Kenun kwa dia. Manya me mami nko heaven.
I see.
Oh yeah. Say enun kwa dia. Some true we are mature the man and compose mami nko heaven. It is never the case.
It's never the case.
Oh no.
So no one or kwa fa ko bi anko.
Me say na me jampo no. Ebi naka ni. Na me jampo ebi naka.
Mati.
So what
it was for that Jerome case.
Na o Randy Abbey. Edi Abbey. Anya Akufo Addo say.
There be sabe na Akufo Addo says Aden why? No how why?
Na say bia koye Akufo-Addo nka ka say bia no of a binti wa inherit the carrying of chairs about.
I see.
So I said
Ijonya Akufo-Addo be carry chair akove.
No that.
Oh Jerome Mate. Anyway, it's we are getting into the issues and out of pay to understand the struggling cocoa sector. Them saying Okike is giving me an impression why the cocoa sector is probably struggling or was struggling under Joseph Banginedu. And I remember say opening watching Betmaha, I feel like some time back raised some concerns about Joseph Banginedu. And Jerome Okike makes me think well, it could be true, but I'm trying to see in Sabe Canal. But I'll pay Jerome. Let's look at some issues here, and in fact, I'll bring in Mr. The Cocoa president. I'll bring in Mr. Anna Watson. I'll bring in, but finance minister say more to some top 200,000 hectares of land.
Yeah.
So
what it means is once I buy issues I will raise here say a cocoa board production I day. Eco-form. So say if I should give you the real statistics starting from the last 10 years. So the last 10 years 2023 2013 2014 yenya 896,290
and the down
219 tons. Yes, so 2014-15 we had 740,254. Year 2015-2016 yenya 778,043. 2016-2017 yenya 969,510. 2017-2018 904,740.
Okay.
18-19 811,746. 19-20 770,696. 2021 1,047,000. 2021-22 yenya 683,268. 22-23 23-24. That is the bad. And all poor can 500,000. You do 500,000.
Only 500,000.
448,000. 448,963.
Oh, I see. So and around enough to be 500,000.
Oh, and
reset. I see.
More about 50-something thousand. No more the idea. Now. Say, your management and now your leader now trajectory we are. You'll be concerned.
Right.
Because one, the more production cost now of farmer and so your day ADA. Because president say now so non put to me a produce a say 50,000 bucks. Now say a bonum po fancy be a 2 cities. Oh yeah, multiplication now when you 100,000 Ghana cedis be I day bottom. Now, say ne sote ba ebi abese 20. Right?
20,000 bucks. Na say e bo no ko 4 cedis impa. Still unya 100,000 unya we benya 80,000.
Yeah.
So what I say. Right. So sometimes e bo no po betimi akosoro. Say you say cocoa ni ho a, what becomes the essence? But just what I say. What becomes the essence? Inti na wo hu sa de we na e wo so de nhihye egu akwan mu a e betimi ama o production aye den akosoro. Enunti na eye chief executive eye ne yase yenya akwanya kodi sika fi AFDB. Now you see a year rehabilitation of about 156,000 hectares of diseased farms. So what I say, 156,000. Now you koji sa Bosiano. Sa Bosiano ye di mu 200. First starting ye market $223 million. So what I say for a year rehabilitation. In rehabilitation, you know, now you mu two. You will diseased farms. A year farms and I say in na eye kuku sasabro no and I say CSSVD no aye den akam no any year what they friend the maribond farms that is aged trees no because duane bi we di be 30 years 35 years e ba ne sa na ne so no nte say eduadie bi abe 6 to 10 years and I say bibisa enti ne sa de a eno so ye be den ye betwa ne eduan fofo said ye be ya ubenya eduan fofo na aso. Quite unfortunately ye the $40 million of sesi canon so no say yeah, they irrigation because one say near climate distortions because now we share the normal rainfall pattern in Ghana na 8 months of constant rain, 4 months of dryness. So as I say, so that balance no you need that balance but of course excessive dryness no enyema efo na kra so yeah necessary so no into there any irrigation said the be say you cluster of farms in Puna ebobo ho a umenya access of insurance they went back and omaka said there be irrigation irrigation this can rehabilitation now about 263
million
yeah they rehabilitated 156,000 metric tons hectares into nesa it me yes 156,000 hectares here anya crampo no enke betimi ama 156,000 tons.
Okay.
So what I say.
Okay.
And every ton biya no kra no 1 ton biya no unya 16 bags. Just do the calculation as to how many bags in bank at the bed then. At the baba can production ho. Omu wie na so ho omu kofa cocoa bosika 700 million Ghana cedis. 700 million Ghana cedis at the cancer escawe ho. Now so no omu free ho no. Na only 40,000 hectares. Eno metimi ai then. A year we are handing over 40,000 hectares.
Out of 156,000, only 40,000.
With all this money,
with all this money, about 263 million.
What the bag Ghana is came out, it was almost more than 4 billion Ghana cedis. Or more than 4 billion Ghana cedis. Only 40,000.
So what's your suspicion?
Only 40,000. Investigations never check.
Investigations never check.
Yeah, that's why they are causing investigation. Maybe he said many BNI. But just what I said. It is a BNI for but I can only collaborate with them or cooperate with them.
This is alarming.
So what I say, or cooperate with a warm. Intino now. Ye now saying him say, Sa Kuku Yadiano, a ye. And that is our biggest problem now. Engineer Minoka say new administration under Dr. Ransford Abbey. Yeah, rehabilitation. Okay. Yeah, rehabilitating almost about 22,000 hectares.
Okay.
Western North and Eastern regions. I'm part of Eastern region. Just so say a bit made the capacity maybe day. Ababa become why day.
Okay.
Now, in dealing with that and making sure say the production because that is why our finance minister no because only the supervisory ministry of Cocoa Board say we are collaborating with the lands ministry. Send you 200,000 hectares of land because the difference between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire and say Ghana oba yemfoni smallholder farms.
Okay.
As compared to Cote d'Ivoire now omoye plantations. In Tubon said the same land size money at the Cote d'Ivoire bit me at as compared to Ghana because of plantation no so a better so say Ghana we go into plantations. So you call plantations and that is why we are securing these land banks. Said the bear we will go into a plantation and also we spoke about modern technology because Sabe Kafro say Oshe
ye nananom time na ye info no money a day ya ho den ya besi enne no uko baby to say even Ecuador ene China cry ene omo ye Brazil money ho keka ho na omo introduce ya modern technology.
Okay.
So if modern technology then ho be hia say yenso be introduce technology eno so be boa to shoot up a year in cocoa production. I've spoken about the rehabilitation and Sabeka for a foot to be a new a genji codidi. And you know, papa ananeti hey. Na uhunu ne say ni cocoa buono, de biano, unya increase in FOB price na. Ammonia ada na say cocoa producer price na. Ubon say shedding crime. Say cocoa ni mede medo. It bon say eno so be boa to trigger a production say be say a be cost.
It you I mean backs no. Or payment be cost.
Yes, so payment in so a be cost as a motivation factor.
Okay.
As well as a more farm input money and also a year youth. Before say omobu we say paying for to san a konkola okay, but here is the case say bisa won say me akra no me papa ye kuku akua na me hu ade ode aye dey ode aye and ode agame. Would I be encouraged to
so there's no encouragement, no motivation.
So what I said, I was Ashanti region in a lead the cocoa production. We are talking about the southern part and the northern part of Ashanti region. Middle near Hiva.
Okay.
So as I say, middle near Hiva. I could cook and bit me access to a cocoa clinic. Okay. So as I say, Oba Western North, cocoa clinic see a debiso.
Debiso.
So as I say, debiso. So we shouldn't get it wrong. Okay. Yes, site cocoa clinics no. Ewo baby a be accessible e de amakuku eye kuani no emona oyi we na fi ho a on say this law of supply be catch you say if you have excess supply automatically obo na ye den e be conform because when there is surpluses of any commodity the price of that commodity na ye den e be form in Ghana ye pressure in production be cost no. You should know that the moment your production becomes no, there will not be that global shortage. Because there's a global shortage.
Okay.
In global shortage, is pushing the price of cocoa higher. If Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, Ecuador and other countries are coming up, production air cost, then it means a born better, a born form, who rely on exporting the raw cocoa beans onto the international market. Unya the needed revenue now open. Again, here's the case President Mahama ne honorable Atuforsen. Omeni abre omoma CD ejine. CD nso jina. You are talking about your major trading commodity. Cocoa. So which means if the forex, your exchange rate kwampono ahoden was ubenya your inflows coming in ebeba form.
But say so produce more.
So that's what
but also have to do more production. Exactly.
When you're more. No, wait. So if you do more production, then where you have to look at and then say, apart from the exportation of the raw cocoa beans, we are talking about the issue of the industry. To say, the processing industry. Say, chocolate, money, or that. We are talking about almost about 200 billion industry. What is our percentage? So what I say. Until now, the new administration, say we are anticipating a yes and we say production a cost. There's the tendency to say born a beba form. A kwame be faso a yanka say be sakre mu wo Ghana ha. Na ho faso na ba. Until we are investing in CPC, cocoa processing company.
Okay.
Said they buy chocolate money a day talking about the liquor and what have you. ye betimi aye betimi so enya bi to supply nestle money ade for the production of Milo money ho keka so say yetimi improve the capacity of sa enuma we ya one a boy for us to penetrate into the industry and also make sure say you provided a source of employment the amount the ordinary Ghanaian
okay
so these are some of the issues it is on the table of the chief executive sure say at least at the end of the stewardship no Cocoa but
Job, I come back to you. I come back to you. I brought in President Stephen Anande President Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association. I remember, say a few years ago, a few months ago, of a traha, he can't say me about Joseph why in fact, you called him incompetent. In fact, you actually asked the president to sack him. I remember that conversation, but near Jerome Maki King, one of industry players. What's your answer? Do you have any knowledge about what he's saying?
That's Miss Mania just my PAO,
the head of public relations. Yeah.
Or him any no crazy, member boy he do the end so first.
Me too.
The reason why I'm saying better I catch you. You vote out. Yeah. Was that? I'm now on some few weeks, about 3 weeks to election. Only a shia Nato Kumasi.
Okay.
Okasa den 17 we na asma okache and say woja ye debt, woja ye ka, ye pew, ye betua.
Oh, so
that is what he told us. And yes, master, they asem na wo say ye pew, woja ye ka, ye betua. And truly speaking, I'm saying no finance minister eden asem betu and it wasn't a news to us because already no akache say Wajayeka. Ne can and you can say 32 billion
2.5 billion Ghana cedis.
And Cocoa Board was being able to account for only 4 billion. So the remaining of 28 billion away. Na then na ye wo ho panyin wo hwe bibisa. Good. And see woman also na be review actually. Two, my memra point na mo make for new commercial farm. Cocoa Board only commercial farm.
Okay.
Young smallholder cocoa farmers yani produce years back to date.
He made a point. Okay.
Ami dia boa wo men ya papa. Cocoa Board baby a mu meye afuo on to cocoa on to edru on fa lebra onye hwe en wo boka we e dia to ye hoyi. Okoto ye de na ono akra mfa sika ni bi e mato ho no ever since almost started ye hu so ma reserve sika bi se we de afi bia we ne ye de betokoko obi na de sika ba e no mo de ato no ma tokoko na wie na ono edi ani mu front mind na wa ya de na wie owie a no asaka kire se won to edrum fa lebra mfa hwe wo so aboka so e dey na yen te ye ho ase wo saase mu we mu na yen fa ma wo ka kire so aboka na ma boka to ho yen akatua mo de ma ye peanuts na masan aba be ka kire ye se yen sa metuaka open ye problem me ma back me cocoa clinic na o kan ye eno bi wo ho a ye kan ye twawura akata so cocoa farmers ye djuma pa
you know
say okwafuom me ne wo kasa sesi abrante bi wo mefuom side ho minim se wawu ana na ye so yare pa okwafuom ma wo woto ntasuo gu nani nani efira complete wo chedem na nse na ne yire ne no ntomsem kakra minim enti me ko skania asem ache afi na mpesa meko na onim okwafuom de se dua bubɔ wo fuo eja tom na hye one kasa unya problem papa that is the end of your life. Yes, Cocoa Board to ye cocoa ni wia that ends the episode. Oni ye ni hwe na clinic na ye canon cocoa farmer bio be bia you go and pay money. But meanwhile Cocoa Board staff they go there and then omu wia one ne yere ne ma even even though one penafo crown, when I say on penafo, no, get me right, because some of them,
I get a point.
Every time same way or Asamase, Mumuni area, Cocoa Board Penny back also on TV that, and truly speaking. And to San Woma Wayne in a year, 4 years struggle, sir, Papa, a human thing. Now, what if you win, you need any motivation? Nasa Cocoa Board. E kase ye wo clinic wa ye wo we wa ha kokwekuafo ya ye wo say aya ni ya maboka to ho ni asan ya betua
there's a new administration. I am sure you're going to come on the CEO now concern our that's why I brought you
good
in. So what will be your concerns? But my members will be quickly now main concerns no member Jerome so yeah sure how to increase production.
Good.
He makes the point okay can maybe a omo ye abeboa production increase no for you are they realistic obitimi achieve this animal like we treat here normal kind yeah we sha ebeboa because one of the things them say oje mu here smuggling. How do you deal with the issue of smuggling? From your angle no what your working ebetimi aboa ama production etimi akoso
you see cocoa production because so one as I say you keep farmers interest first.
Okay.
Because commercial farm normally be afina I said that as a fake grand yes I be aggravated case because one kasa na wo manage ade won't me man de bia boka and one dey one first canship
but this is a new administration
won't
but this is a new administration
so we are ewo mu ai obi nim ni yebesi obeko na de oba no say no omu wo ho en wo mu ko en wo beto say kane no ma wo so omu ko no Ghana ni build ya ma ye ni o ye chima enye ono a wote ho because ono nim how long I maybe tia say see my year fu ya the time ho na me ye me ko bi university bibia enti ma ye adwuma ye den a bewu me ba beba what ya say enti no ma ne ye ya ye hu ne sa say papa yi ni a okay nyina wa be commercial farm na wie fine are successful okay ade ne da ho management enye ye problem no hwe cocoa the board itself and in the management enye serious me yen cocoa farmers Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association me kaibo ayedu me ka kire nse masa look at us me kwenipa enye wo bi o se me ye farmer just like that registered members over 700,000 members
okay
eti woni me kasa to boase e bi say what form na wo kano wo kama me na se wo me ka kire me members no ne mu 100,000 po e vote ma wa you still maintain on power eti men kan sam ya nkire bro ka kire ye se ye be chi koko na we ensem papa we ka kire me enti na yen eti se administration we so o man to me ehu se Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association ya to ya boa wo mu no ma ba power ye be di wo mu ho ya badly.
Wow, I see.
Eyina na ode ba no. Na sem na ode ba say yes say discrimination on cocoa distribution. Eye bo here di na true letter. I have the records here.
Said then.
Say yen cocoa akuafo yen meme na me kire cocoa akuafo anitie. Enti no omo hwe make sure say cocoa fa na kofafo fertilizer ne input bia ma wo mu maye bi. We are taking the case to court said that yes, on my input in free mumubutum and in free common fund. A cocoa reserve at the profit reserve and yet the year as farm support. And it's a one to make a say, young my idea. Then you are giving us a way to sell our cocoa outside.
Okay. The more smuggling, no.
And you're smuggling. Madam Cho, I dear Bakua, maybe my member papa point smuggling. If you are for the dear womb pa, na me better the show. Yen your grievances about 17. Matro the Akoma president. Emra yene what they saying a great minister, what they saying. Erikopoku shia ye no ye shed up ya compare dia ko ye wie ye ma president bi ya ma minister of finance bi and ye di bi akoma association ye shas ye Ghana Federation of Labor and ya copy or the saying Council of State ye problem in 17 no papa it looks like government bia ba no watwa nwura gu so no okọ farmers yen ye consensus pa no they never address it it is smuggling wo catch you say yen cocoa akuafo yen ye smuggling papa ma bi mbisa oni ne statistics na o ye me pesi ye bi cocoa ni ben this time obetuma koto koko pa se ba to koko 200 bahts at 3,100 na wakwa kope articulator anase tanker so omu di gu tanker na omu di egum na omu aba na wakotuatua kwan mu de ko other country cocoa farmers do send the betuma yesa de we na papa omu wia omu ba be catch say yen cocoa farmers papa so obi ye am robber na se okorobo na ye china mo screen yeso de dini da ni nanim say ekobe graphic front page so that's where ni meboa what is ya chi cocoa farmer smuggler obi or smuggle cocoa am ye dini din aba paper mu da car no ye kochi no car no na ne number ene ne number and eba even driver cry you then you nipa na ko wiaye hwe me no kasa sisi ade ba ko esa ye ya o ho no ma
smuggling
papa cocoa farmer will never do it ma me fa we ntwa to me sere wonim ye yi ba ko te say ye say me wotia sisi afa wo ba bra adwuma mu ha obi hu bia or your future leader ma one Saturday me fa me bandi mechi nkofa a child labor so when you adwuma no na o me kire hwan papa sad o
mate wase
ya throw letters akọ abesi sabre no response
right job a quick one. So this is the president of the association. You have consent. I'm sure you will address it, but so time finally no. Then a more year. What's the assurance say? More administration. But what also what are the things you want to correct to make sure say cocoa farmers no ombedi na Ghana production akosho just briefly now.
You see the new administration and accuse cocoa creating say or yes smuggling. So no or yes smuggling.
Right.
Of course there could be the instance whereby obetimi AED. But obetimi AED. But anye ono na bia yes smuggling because they are can we need the capacity to do there omoye day omo eyeye. Na on say in pembe no so no. One of the reasons I could cook any no. Edema anything no or yes smuggling no. Basically two.
Okay.
One has to do with the price.
Right.
And then the other has to do with time you be cocoa. Okay. Because as we speak now no, if ma cocoa cocoa ahata money ade. And since you be season now, you ask yourself say nipa ko na obey den.
Or cocoa obey den.
So it means it will be banner cast or better. Nipa no gladly.
Na nipa also yem branding no.
So branding. Not or the man. That is why the new administration headed by Dr. Ramsey. Ekase sisi ana yem twen October. Nemum no ye ba August.
Okay.
So which means about 2 months cry a day.
So you're moving from October to August now.
October to August. So what I say.
Papa, eno krese you saying you sabre ya o kase ono anhu amanfo wo ska starting hard. So they are giving a chance for people to make money.
Okay. So this is even the case. Hoarding and smuggling. Okay. But let's assume say somebody will hoard the cocoa and keep it in Ghana for new price. And somebody will smuggle it out to help other economy. Which one is better?
Some people are making money more than they are producers.
So what I'm saying is say mahode paka uska na what is beba August e bi a new price so what I say one akoto kuku ni bi okuku kue ni ho all right because of e bi akuku kue ni sebeka fro penfo ni ho kire ni tin wato ama 3001 na bi wantimi antwen the new season na wo dey see o mpasse ana dey gu dem
na more money than
me ba na watwen put no watwen but meanwhile no the point I'm making and say still what on cocoa no edema cocoa.
Exactly.
So as I say, as against Obia or smuggle out of the country to help a different economy.
Okay.
So but even though only in young fossil. Me, I told you I was born into a cocoa family.
Right.
So as I say, say she up to now, Ejuma ye my cocoa. And anything about Western or cocoa no ayabasa na Sabia because that is what we know. Inti member that sorry no na se kuku krampo ye 50,000 Ghana cedis per bag hallelujah because me fia ko se hwe so a obi mpo hu se waba because say because we fanya he because nipa ko no no more de so what I say no more de nti on fanya he so hu no but enne omadwuma sam ese ya we are who cramp and every bopun. So we are there and minim opening me jidi say obeshia chief executive. And the moment I want chief executive benyankita hundie bia no. Asemo kan say one. Kwenini interest me interest. And na president na nkasa so directing and say in every step of the way Koko Kwenini should be number one.
Yeah.
So what I say because that's why na Koko careful in Nigeria Koko ya where's Ghana's Koko.
Okay.
So what I say where's Ghana's Koko and where is Koko board?
Okay.
It's all right. Nia wo kan nyina
Kama we na just one minute na there what time na ya so Jerome wants to fly back to Accra.
Nia opanyini kan nyina no opanyini kan nyina no obi enu ochi for asempa kodo so what I say intino yetie na sopam and some of the things I work on I have them here.
Okay.
I will table it before chief executive say now your highest producing region because some of the concerns of moye there omo e dia bani nti no opanyini gie na yempe ehun pumasi bre emo ne ade ye ni Koko Kwenini need that retreat bia so what I say no ye ni need that retreat bia the obeka bia no yes sir
me wa sem ba ko peka na sana ko tianke be unim ye ni je ho pa emra Randy e bae no people came to me and asking me footballer there and obi oye sports commentator there be den with my ye hu say oh you good in administration.
Okay.
Some na Dr. Poku and na oye oba ni nim say sector no e hye na se etie bia kwan bia so na be manage along the line no ye be hu say along the line ye ba be hu say e ho na ye kan wo free ho e ho na wo kan wo free ho ni wo free ho no ma den de bisi ni ne Randy obey den sisi ayate board ye won 9 aban adwuma ye 9 elegu so sa old group na wo mutena so a ansana ka wotie kianka ansana wo ko no sa new administration no ban ansana new administration yi bai sankrofo no woni mu ade wo mu ebesisa me no kese sankrofo na aba wo mu na since 1999 to date wo na atnas meka farmers na yedu wo makwa akosi so alaji any sa kokoshi is not in existence for now
sa farmers now on board no so no
woman positive impact to cocoa farmers no woman yasa install woman back so how are they going to help Randy to help we farmers because my panels was na yenkuto wonye cocoa farmer
then no cocoa farmer
alaji no yenkuto wonye cocoa afuo woni hwe cocoa nkuto so yenyenefuo. These are the reasons why we cocoa farmers decided to say ya separate every cocoa coffee share not association. So this man has come again and he has been old. Again, we'll be to my year to help us. What better see years back court the na court. I'm a court a catcher and me what I didn't know say what na say ye free so and then papa is back e ba better na kunya so ye disappointed.
Okay, so honestly so me pedino Alhaji Alhassan
he is not in the cocoa, he's in the shea butter.
Shea butter.
But shea butter, we don't do a farm for shea butter.
Okay, it's no person.
And what's not so that me patron saying. Just say you pursue Nadia straight away. Yes.
His appointment as
a member of the board. Yes, straight away.
Okay. Minim Alasan Crow, but of course, or say or what that or share butter or cocoa farmer, so he can't represent the
idea baba be release ya press conference ni idea the tears have so what na militant court sunyan court mi wi amema we na wo me ha sunyan court and the verdict case no and also on tranchen and then papa we stand ba biem and then wo wa wo de be ma ye 40 what na say
you will see answers to it. And I don't pay time.
And I say,
in fact, Jerome,
look at how we struggle.
Fly back to Accra, and he's going back to Accra. Jerome ba Kumasi purposely for this interview. Not to pay. We couldn't exhaust all the program, but at least Omaya Kakra, Omaya assurance is a production. The wealth of the farmers, and I will lead a year president to meet the new CEO. No, send a bear me at Georgia because at the end of the day. Say a cuckoo 7 or air cost so I be what you know. But maybe a 4 nights amount of pay, not join the conversation. No, Ghana cocoa sector. No, what do you make of it? He said a man for 8 ton, cocoa farms in the Magalan say for a man for a smuggle. In fact, the president Amayatia says, and yet cocoa farmers and a smuggle cocoa, no, but some individuals be and a smuggle cocoa, not real cocoa farmers and you say Jumano. But then again, Joe makes us understand, say, in terms of a input on the man for. In terms of the wealth of cocoa farmers, even the cocoa season on baby, they're taking it from October to August. It's then I bet me a year for you, I wish them and pay to help Ghana's cocoa sector. So be a bit and there your commodity first like cocoa. You say about second place. Now gold is the first, gold is leading, and a cocoa yes second commodity. We say share butter so gidi cocoa can share ya. Share butter beating me overtaken. Yesika, yenya few cocoa, a coffin. We a cocoa from another payer. I'll be happy if you call me on this number. 0594 192409 and 0322 264. What you have to say on this matter. We a cocoa farmer. 0594 192409 and 0322 Ofra na me tell. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I'm first and everything.
Mr. Kwesi,
okay, you want to mom, you.
I get back one and Emma Pierre, the former honorable and the Abbey. Okay, no, almost Kalea, almost took me a great officer.
Okay.
Now, no, my daughter, one because I don't think I say, if I just experience, who we are here today teaching, but what's so cool, and I'll say the quantity of the now, who do we offer? Men chat yet, a true time one, and just pay it yet. One Shamaya,
okay, Mate, Madasi, that's a concern. What? I'm noting all the concerns, Eddie Amamu. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Paka.
Yes, sir. But you have everything.
Away, Razak, from Nabudala. Okay.
Right, it's your Razak.
Paka, Coco Border, you cannot get now check here, but this the Mama Yakia. But you make us say, my own network, we have the treasure. Then I give up a higher one. Ye can move here, we have a matter. This year or no 2 years, look at put up Bob now, and I will be to the other car. So, it's in your mother. I'm going to trainer. I'm going to be one and for the ocean. There are much come up for corner. And say, Papa, so let me tell you, and she, my mom, and time, I'm going to do
I'm a corner so. Hello, good morning. Oh. Yeah, hello. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Me hoya pa first and everything.
Me koko pe and me free akati is still reading.
Okay.
I was amaka say.
Yetio.
Me koko farmer pa. Na koko e pe afford the abaye di grandmo. Please, come probably so. Anything I'm not koko no and neck and I'm say for I take you over no. If you say, sir, you say papa ma brabo and you say papa ma brabo mo poe. Yeah, more bossy. A woman can have TSC. And you can't say Cocono. Yeah, only for so say, yeah, the Cosso, Tema and Neco Producido, and the Cosso of someone. I better me do the one by the brown Yogana.
Okay, Mate.
Coco, many knows a be a Petuma. Now that's in a couple of
Mammy, corner corner. So, hello, good morning. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, I'm Bache for Sana Fefe.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Oh, I'm son Timinka. I'm fan next call. I'm son Timinka. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello. I mean, kind of few of the messages I have here. And I don't pay now. Okay, this one says, this one says, good morning, Paka. I love the farmer and his candid experience contribution he's making to the program. Anytime I listen to him on your show, I love his honesty and experience. Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
I'm sorry.
Mbacho, your first and everything.
Welcome. But you're coming good in exactly what's version.
Okay, but you're on pay.
Cocoa farmers now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I had your name. I think simple because God, you know, I think in perform the one better see I know it. They are there on my baby support. Now someone's done baby. MYN. Now the president in the council, when you're about to 1 year, said them the Palabano. Board way, the new way, education, very cool for body. I'm going to be a person.
Okay. Mate, Medasi. The message continues to say that anytime I listen to him on your show, I love his honesty and experience. I pray this government engages cocoa farmers because without them, Ghana's cocoa sector can grow to continue to support our economy. Yeah, all kind of. Me for cause be Mema a year president a few minutes. Now or the wrap up and now pay nafi. Me so wrap up right on the show. President, but you have just about a minute. Okay. And then Ghana for the president in Kasano pay quickly now.
Oh, the person you can say a year Randy wabano. Yeah. Me the region of me members.
Oh, okay.
Now they ba ko woman is ye hune say. Ye won our farmers no they woman representing our board no so no. Omatna see years back be a ye positive impact. So ye pesa government ye na adwen say. Some of we man e they cannot help Randy's administration. At the end of the day, Randy normal or be ye no. Eba kwa kofa or how because he needs people who are very good and experts and knowledgeable about Niayeka. Fine. Work of Kutoni is Omrama Meya, MYN, 80 or Moma Yum, because we are not talking about in Kuto board, we are talking about Kuku board.
Mr. President, Medasi. It was of another pay. I'm in for birthday, Emma Olivia Maujo, or your midwife, a Mountain Chips compound, or Takwa. And they will birthday from Asari and myself and a Kofi and a Joe. A happy birthday. Of course, your brother Jacob. I hope he's doing well. Until Olivia, another pay as a midwife, all the quarters boys, a happy birthday. It was a fair babeko. Na yebe idea. Mame infa saso enchom quickly. Se open to kama mosquito coil, mosquito sprayer, saso and also auto. A pabne pa eboa yi na bomoda se obe bia to e store bia be bia e free a year Samara company ho open the door for Samara company on 0246 864798 0246 864798 and 0501 454462 0501 454462 saso yase kuntuntom prekon. I had an idea in the conversation, of course. Jerome K. Sam, head of public relations at the Ghana Cocoa Board, and I am amazed and alarmed by the level of alleged malpractice and as a financial misappropriation at your Cocoa Board. We share say you will be ordered. I bet you 3 seasons. Yet the previous administration goes on to import more now. It doesn't sit well with me and shut down Wamisa, but I can't say. And of course, always grateful, say, Mr. President, Stephen Ananabotin on the show as well. Meeting Eddie Kwesi, Parker Wilson. I've been here with a year, Akua Asiedua, on behalf of the production team of the BBRC, Samu Jibre, and should you I'm not much now. Tuesday, with another edition of OBT. Yakamu, have a good morning.